3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Antimatters. Hello everyone, a pure ant video today. Feels like it's been a while, sorry about that. Up today though, the Carebara Diversa. I reckon it's been 4 months since I last covered them, and so much has changed. Ants, neighbours and tank have all changed considerably. Let's start with the tank. A month ago, the tank was bare. All the plants but the naturally antifungal Australian ivy had died. I reckon it was a fungal plant infection brought on by too little airflow and too much water. They've got a dedicated fan though now, that's on top of the nest to remedy it. The tank was florally dead. Compare that to now though. The tank got a complete revamp. The bulk of the new plants are mosses. There's a mix of antscapes.co.uk mosses, use code antimatters at checkout for 10% off, and a little that I collected. I basically laid it down like slabs all over most of the tank. While I was on Antscape's shop, I also got some more Australian ivy as it survived the last die-off. Finally, I got some Hedera ivy, but I killed that. There is this little plant however, it might be a little bit of ivy, it's growing great whatever it is. After the fungal die-off, I also decided some wild ivy and some dead holly wouldn't hurt. Holly is extremely antifungal, even just a dead cutting. Hopefully, this little cutting will stop the plants all dying again. No pressure. The pond and waterfall have also been removed, but the landscaping is pretty much the same. Different tiered levels. I really wanted a water feature, but the tank flooded one time. And I think it was a big factor in all the plants dying, and I just couldn't find the leak. I'm very happy with the results so far though, of the new nest. However, it's not finished. The house under the bridge is a placeholder right now to stop the ants filling it in. Underneath is the old pond hole. One day, I do really a little bit, kind of a lot actually, want to retry water features. So I'll keep the hole open, just in case. I can definitely say the ants 100% enjoy the moss and have so many tunnels in it now. What do their neighbours think, I hear you ask? Nah, nobody asked that. Well, the neighbours moved out. Would be a nice way to say it. Really? Well, the Care Bears ate everything, springtail to woodlice. If it was made of food, it's gone. Bar maybe 2 earthworms, but they're slowly being decimated. It won't be long till the tank is full of just ants and plants. Just how the ants like it. Hopefully they don't start killing the plants once they killed all the little critters in there. They did have frog neighbours, and luckily 3 of the frogs were moved out. There was just 2 in the pond for a bit. Unfortunately though, a mouse got stuck in the tank. After somehow, I have no idea how it got in, but yeah, it managed to get in the tank, and it started digging tunnels. After the pond was filled with soil, I think the frogs must have got stuck under the soil and drowned. Rest in peace, frogs. I eventually got the mouse out, but I'd love to see the mouse return now. I don't think the ants would have any of it, and they're a little bit bigger than last time. It is safe to say though, the girls have grown epically. They moved nest maybe a month and a half ago, and for 5 hours there was a constant stream of brood being moved from the old nest to the new one. A lot of new entrances pop up regularly now. Sadly, however, I've not seen the Queen on her travels between nests yet, but I do hope to one day. With larger numbers, their motorways around the tank have become much bigger, much busier, and they're 24/7 now. There is always a pillar of them going somewhere in the tank. Personally, I love it, as columns are one of the best bits about Carebears. So many pour out so fast for food too. I bet you'd like to see a small feeding. Normally, I have a look at my ants after feeding, but not for long however, maybe a couple minutes. Nowadays though, sitting in front of the Carebara tank for over half an hour after feeding is completely normal. They're absolutely mesmerising. Let's have a little look. Feeding time is always epic with the Careberas because I swear a good portion of the colony comes out and all the majors come out as well. But take a look at the little worker on the roach's leg. The roach is dead as well. It's pretty much cut fully in half and was good, well crushed. But yeah, she's definitely found the roach, the little worker. What she's going to do now, I think, is head back to her sisters. So there she goes, she's going to make a dash for her. That's it, little lady, run home. Tell everybody, food, food, food. As you can see, the thermometer, which I kind of guessed would be their motorway, it's quite empty in a minute. It's like, not many ants going up and down it at all. But yeah, give it a few minutes and slowly random other workers start to find the cockroach. I don't think these have followed a trail yet, but yeah, more and more little workers randomly find the roach and leave more and more trails back to the nest. By now there's quite a solid trail, I'm guessing, and suddenly loads turn up. Here they come. You can see the little thermometer, which I guessed would be the motorway. It's now quite busy as more and more ants pour out of the nest. Now they got a target, they go off like little heat-seeking missiles. While the girls are busy taking down the roach, hundreds more line the stadium. There's seating for around 5,000 ants in the moss surrounding the pit. Hundreds of spectators cheer them on. As you can see though, the cockroach, he's still twitching quite a bit, and the majors, they've poured out now. The cavalry has arrived. The motorway is at full speed, and more reinforcements are flying in from the nest. Every second the roach is more and more screwed. Close up you can kind of see their technique. I think it just involves biting and biting and biting and biting. For the little workers, they just bite, whereas the majors, they try to take down the legs. As you can see, loads of majors grappled onto the legs. They've got a really good grip, some of them as well. I love all the different sizes of majors with the Careberas as well. As you can see here, some of them are little majors, some of them are big majors. I don't think I got any super majors yet, but certainly a matter of time, I hope. I bet they do some right damage. Although they probably just hide in the nest. Here's the little worker. She's holding on with all her strength, and she's got the thing. Like, it's not going anywhere. Her sisters can do whatever they like, because this little lady here, she's holding down the fort. Here you can see a proper up close view of the major's plan. It's to clamp onto the legs and then they kind of hold onto the ground, or the little workers will grab hold of them and they'll make chains. As you can see though, the whole colony's come out in force. I don't actually feed them that much, so they're always hungry. I might give them a roach a day if they're lucky, sometimes two. But I like to not give them too much, because it deters mites, because they won't leave uneaten food if they've eaten everything, simply. Off comes a leg here and they're carrying it away. I love how fast the leg goes. They're taking it straight back to the nest. It's like there's no tomorrow, the speed they're going. Shame they can't do the whole cockroach that fast. Sped up by about 16 times at least. Yeah, here comes the roach. When it gets moving, they're quite good at moving, although they're really good as well at getting it stuck in little ruts like they did there. More and more majors have come out though to help with their extra pulling power. Some of them as well have got little helpers. I absolutely love it when they do this. It's like the best thing about Carebaras altogether, out of everything, is that the workers can ride around on the majors. It's just so good. After about half an hour of tugging and pulling, they finally get it back to their house. And with a little tip, it's in the nest. Here we go. Tip. Dinner's ready. They have quite a good feeding response for sugar as well, but it's not as strong. As you can see, I put a little bit of honey on top of the bridge here, and slowly the numbers build up, but it is a lot slower for the sugar. If this was protein, that would be covered and probably taken back to the nest by now. Once news does get around though, and maybe once the cockroach was safely in the house, more workers were spared. So eventually they do pour out and completely cover and consume all of the honey. It's just a little bit slower than when they're munching on the protein. In future for this tank, together I'm hoping the ants and plants thrive inside of their newly renovated tank. Soon I'm going to drill an expansion port into the tank as well to allow for future growth. Maybe the mouse will come and feed itself to the ants as well after killing the frogs. I've tripled the PTFE barrier to 3 inches, just in case as well. I've been really lucky so far as they haven't started pushing the barriers. I'm not sure how long this will last though. That's about everything for the Carebears, and you're all up to date. Thanks for watching, have a fabulous week, may your ants stay forever healthy, and until next time, bye!